Another principle that I would really like to share with you in building and maintaining healthy and happy relationships is the principle of caring enough to confront. And this principle is found in Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Jesus taught this to us, and he said, "Moreover, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he hears you, you have gained your brother." And in the context of this, Jesus was actually talking about Christians with Christians in the setting of the family of God, in maybe the church setting. However, the principle applies overall that if someone is hurting you, and it's someone you care about, it's a relationship that you have, that you value, that you care about, maintaining that relationship, improving that relationship, and somebody is behaving in a way that is harmful, damaging, hurtful in some way, the principle is we care enough to confront. And we generally fear confrontation. Most people, if they're honest about it, really fear the idea of confrontation. We would rather ignore something, we'd rather sweep it under the rug or say it, and I'm just going to hope it gets better. I don't want to deal with it. We may not say it out loud, but we think that. And it's because we're afraid of rejection. There's a risk involved in confronting somebody, and we're afraid it'll go bad, afraid we'll be rejected and lose the relationship or whatever it may be, or we'll experience anger. But confrontation is usually worth the risk. The question to ask yourself is this relationship really valuable to me? Is this person really valuable to me in a relationship? If the answer is yes, then we care enough to confront. Confronting does not mean accusing. We don't do it with anger. We don't do it with hurtfulness, with a long pointed finger. We say, I value you, but there's something that you're doing or a way that you're treating me that I really want to address. It has to be fixed. So we accept the person, we love the person, we value the relationship, but we confront the behavior. And there's kind of a trick that some counselors will use that it's pretty helpful. And you can say to a person, when you do this, it makes me feel this way. And it's kind of a communication trick, but again, it's saying, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not trying to assume that I know what your motive is. I'm not going to presume that I know what your motive is and what you said or did. All I know is that when you do this or say this, it makes me feel hurt or fearful or rejected or angry or whatever it is. And so as long as we know that the relationship is worthwhile, we care enough to confront. How do we do this? We don't do it in front of other people. That causes shame, that causes embarrassment, it causes anger. We do this. Jesus said you go to the brother or the other person privately, face to face, and you maintain their honor, maintain their dignity and respect, and you confront with love, but with truthfulness, forthright. Confrontation, when it's done with a spirit of humility and love, always says to the person, I care about you and I care about the relationship enough to confront. When we're confronting in that way, really what we're looking for is a change of behavior. We're looking for someone to say, wow, I didn't realize that it made you feel that way, and I actually care enough about you that I'll fix this, I'll look at this. And Jesus said, if your brother hears you, you've won your brother, which means the relationship can be fixed. The risk is that someone will say, I'm not going to change, I don't care what that's doing to you. And that's another matter. That's where you have to decide, is this relationship worth preserving, worth pursuing? But generally, when someone says, wow, I do care about you, I'm going to look at this, because you've presented it with a spirit of humility, with a spirit of love, not anger, not accusation, but honesty. Most people will respond pretty well, and relationships are fixable, and relationships are worth fixing.